image shows a detail of the Old War Office building in London. This historic Grade II star-listed building, completed in 1906, was formerly the headquarters for the British government's War Office and later the Ministry of Defense. Key facts about the building. The building is located in Whitehall and was designed in the Edwardian Baroque style. It served as a workplace for notable figures such as Winston Churchill and Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. The building has been featured in 5 James Bond films. It has been transformed into a luxury hotel and residences known as Raffles London at the. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. London's historic Old War Office building becomes a luxury hotel. The Old War Office is the former headquarters of Britain's War Office, a historic Grade II listed building on Whitehall in London that is now a luxury hotel and residences called The. The building served as the home of the War Office until 1964 and later for the Ministry of Defense, MOD, until 2016, and housed notable figures like Winston Churchill and Lord Kitchener. After being sold in 2016, it underwent a major £1 billion refurbishment and opened as the Raffles London at the hotel in September 2023. Historical significance. From 1906 to 2016, the building was the center of British military administration, witnessing major world events. It was a place for prominent military and political leaders and had a spy's entrance for intelligence agents. Architecture. Designed by William Young, the large Baroque-style building was completed in 1906. It has a distinctive shape, created by 4 domes, designed to fit an irregular plot of land. Modern use. The building was sold in 2016 and was redeveloped into a luxury hotel, residences, and lifestyle complex. It is now home to the Raffles London at the hotel and residences. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. Let's continue. Raffles London. The rebirth, the doors reopen. The newly restored facade of the Old War Office glows in early light. In the heart of London, at the intersection of empire and modernity, a legend awakens. This is Raffles London, a rebirth housed within the Old War Office, a building once at the center of global history. For over a century, these walls have witnessed power, secrecy, and silence. Now they are host once more to artistry, to design, to life. Where once war rooms pulsed with strategy, now light dances on marble and music replaces the sound of typewriters. This is not simply a hotel, it is an architectural resurrection. When we first walked in, the building was asleep. You could almost hear its history, waiting to be woken, a palace for power. At the turn of the 20th century, Britain stood at its zenith, an empire built as much on ideas as on architecture. In 1901, architect William Young was commissioned to design a headquarters worthy of that empire. His creation would be monumental, Edwardian Baroque at its most commanding. Constructed from Portland stone and steel, the Old War Office covered an entire city block, housing over 1,000 rooms and nearly 3 miles. Each facade curve, each Corinthian column, was a symbol of order and ambition. This was not merely a workplace, it was an expression. The building was intended to inspire discipline and permanence, the physical manifestation of authority, Churchill's war rooms. When war came, the Old War Office became a nerve center of strategy. From these rooms, Churchill and his officers planned, debated, and dispatched. Behind its thick walls, the machinery of survival turned day and night. Every corridor carried tension. Every office, secrecy. Telegrams arrived, decisions departed, and a nation's fate balanced on ink and paper. Today, one can almost feel the electricity of history still humming beneath. This was where the British Empire redefined its own endurance. The architecture itself seems to hold its breath. For years, the halls fell silent, occupied only by time and memory. But even in decay, beauty persisted. The geometry of its staircases, the discipline of its design. To restore such a structure required courage and vision. Few dared imagine what it could become. Conservation expert, the challenge was philosophical. Do we preserve or do we evolve? The Raffles vision. The ambition to create a new landmark for London, without erasing its soul. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. Let's continue. The partnership between Raffles and the Hinduja Group set a bold precedent, a fusion of heritage, design, and international collaboration. The old War Office would not become something new. It would reveal what it had always been capable of becoming. Lead architect. We didn't rebuild, we listened. The building told us what it wanted to be. The art of restoration is architecture's highest act of respect. Each wall, each ceiling, each fixture was meticulously documented, cleaned, repaired, and returned to life. Specialists from across Europe revived original materials: Venetian mosaics, French parquetry, British marble, brushes, saws, whispered craftsmanship. Time became a material, every imperfection a record of existence. Restoration is not about erasing the past, it is about preserving its truth, one surface at a time. Craftsman. When I touched the marble staircase, I thought, someone carved this over a century ago. I am only continuing their work. Architecture reimagined crossfades between Edwardian staircases and minimalist suites. Engineers installing hidden systems. The challenge was formidable: to integrate 21st century innovation within a 20th century masterpiece. Under floors and behind walls, modern infrastructure was discreetly woven in, invisible yet essential. Lighting, ventilation, and acoustic control were re-engineered to complement the original structure. True design, like true history, is seamless. The result is a living building, timeless in appearance, modern in function. Our goal was not contrast but conversation between the building's memory and its modern life. The culinary renaissance. Chefs at work, intricate plating, guests dining under ornate ceilings. Architecture does not end with walls. It extends to the experience within them. In Raffles London, culinary artistry is a continuation of design, craftsmanship translated into taste. Michelin-starred chefs curate not only menus, but atmospheres. Dining becomes an act of cultural storytelling. Each plate a narrative, each flavor a reference to place and time. We wanted our food to reflect the building, heritage reimagined through creativity, the spirit of hospitality. Butlers greeting guests, staff preparing sweets, quiet details, a turned-down bed, a handwritten note. Beyond architecture lies hospitality, the human craft that gives a building its soul. Raffles has perfected this art for over a century, from Singapore to London. Every gesture here is intentional, every silence respectful. The OWO now houses not only history, but care, that most delicate form of design. Luxury today is about sincerity. It's the feeling that every detail has been considered. For you specifically. Hidden luxury. Within its stately facade lies an entire world. 120 guest rooms, 85 private residences, hidden courtyards, and a wellness retreat beneath the marble floors. These are spaces of serenity, geometry, and proportion, where Edwardian craftsmanship meets modern precision. True luxury is not about possession, it is about perspective. Here, architecture serves emotion. Space becomes sanctuary. The grand opening in 2023, after nearly a decade of transformation, the old War Office reopened its doors as Raffles London. A moment witnessed by the world, the rebirth of a landmark once lost to time. Applause echoed through the atrium, beneath ceilings that had heard everything from commands to celebrations. Guest, smiling, you feel the history in the air. It's not a hotel, it's a living museum. Applause merges into music. Legacy and the future night descends. The building glows softly against the London skyline. Reflections shimmer in the Thames. The rebirth of the old War Office is more than an architectural achievement. It is a cultural restoration, a dialogue between eras, a bridge between empire and artistry, past and promise. The OWO endures not because it was preserved, but because it was understood. Every column, corridor, and courtyard tells a story of discipline, devotion, and imagination. orchestral swell. History, like architecture, is alive only when we engage with it. In the heart of London, an old building has found a new voice, speaking not of war, but of wonder. Raffles London, the rebirth of grandeur. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you.